Cyclone Nilam has made landfall on the coast of Tamil Nadu. Visuals that we are getting in from their wind speed is what we are being told, as much as what Storm Sandy was. The same wind speed of about 100 kilometers per hour lashing the coast of Tamil Nadu. Now, Cyclone Nilam has made its landfall. It has hit Mahabalipuram. National Disaster Management Team has been rushed to Tamil Nadu and the coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh. My colleague Priyambada tracking the path of Cyclone Nilam with us live as we speak. Priyambada, what we can see right now, of course, rain lashing the coastline of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. What are you picking up? Are evacuation procedures on? Because that is what the authorities said, that the minute Nilam makes landfall, depending on the ferocity, we know it's 100 kilometers per hour, the wind speed. Now, depending on that, we do believe evacuation process should have begun already.
Well, Preeti, right now I am at Mahabalipuram and the landfall has already taken place. In fact, it's going on. It just took place a while back, and now slowly we are being told. You can see the wind speed. You can just see how difficult it is for us to stand here in Mahabalipuram. The wind speed is crossing. It's between 100 and 110 kilometers per hour, and it will now slowly, the cyclone will move to the interior districts of Tamil Nadu like Krishnagiri, and then finally, eventually, it will weaken. At this point of time, already 4,000 fishermen who were living near Mahabalipuram area have been evacuated and they have been taken to a safer place. More than 30 to 40 trees have been uprooted here near Mahabalipuram, and also there are 200 relief centers that have been set up. You can see that the tide is quite high. I'm just standing, there is a sea behind me, and you can see that the tide is quite high, and you can see the wind speed is increasing eventually. When the landfall actually happened, it was 100 to 110 kilometers. Now we could actually see the intensity go up. But the Met Department officials are saying that the intensity will come down when it moves to the interior districts. But the most sad part in Tamil Nadu probably would be the standing crops that have been completely destroyed in the heavy rains. As of now, it's not raining. It was raining a while ago, and the rainfall, I'm being told, could touch even 25 centimeters. 30 centimeter, it could increase eventually, and mostly the interior districts, more than coastal districts now, it's going to be the interior districts which are going to be affected.
You know, Priyambada, of course, we urge you at this point of time to safeguard your and your crew's security. Very quickly, Priyambada, if you can tell us, what is the path of Cyclone Nilam? What are you being told? And when is it expected to weaken? Because we do know that the authorities today morning said that, say, after 12 hours of making landfall, Nilam will weaken.
Well, the path, it will move towards the northern direction. So, as I was telling, it will go to all the interior districts of Tamil Nadu, touch the Andhra coast, and eventually the Met Department officials for now are predicting another 24 hours or so, it will eventually weaken, and the intensity will come down. That is what the Met Department officials are saying. But in this process, there's going to be heavy rainfall. So that now, so far, only the coastal districts were wearing the brunt of Nilam. But now the interior districts of Tamil Nadu are also going to see the brunt of Nilam. So it's going to be heavy rainfall, damage to the crops, damage to the property. But so far, thankfully, incidents of deaths or injuries has not been reported, at least until this point of time as we are talking in Tamil Nadu. We still do not know. The reports have to come from the interior parts of the coastal areas as well. But mostly all of them have been evacuated. National Disaster Response Team is here in Chennai. They have been split into 3 teams, and they are moving in 3 different directions to keep track of the situation, to take control of the situation. District collectorates have opened control rooms, and public have been asked to call the control rooms for any kind of help, and food is being prepared, and also Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has assured that water supply will not be damaged. Remember, there is no electricity in this area, even as I'm standing, because fearing that due to short circuits and other kind of problems, electricity has been stopped across the coastal districts of Tamil Nadu. However, using generator, they will ensure that the water supply is given to the public, and also the milk products, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has said in a press statement, will be ensured for the public. And schools and all the educational institutions have been declared a holiday tomorrow in all the Nilam affected areas of Tamil Nadu.
it's heartening to know, Priyamvada, that proper procedures are in place this time around, because this is not the first tryst where Tamil Nadu and Andhra are concerned, where cyclones are there, because we've seen in the past where the authorities have been caught completely off guard and devastation has followed. So with what you're telling us now, there seems to be a full plan of action. We do know the National Disaster Team is already there trying to figure things out. You said they've split into 3, but this time around, Priyamvada, it does seem that they do have their act together.
I can't hear your question clearly because of the heavy wind speed. I can hardly hear what you're saying, but I can quickly tell you what is the ground reality here. So far, as I was telling, no incidents have been reported, but more than 4,000, 5,000 people have been evacuated. But the greatest challenge is going to be probably for the farmers about the standing crops, and we still do not know the intensity of the damage, because there is absolute power cut here. We still do not know if all the fishermen have been evacuated and have been moved to a safer place. We do not know if any of them are still stranded. Remember, one ship, Pratibha Kaveri, has been grounded near the Chennai port. The ship was actually in the outer anchorage to collect some provisions, and it was grounded. You can see, Preeti, actually the wind speed, it's just making, you can see our cameras, you can see the frame shaking, you can see everything shaking. That is the wind speed. It's slowly picking up. The landfall has happened, but you can actually see the wind speed increasing. Now the problems could be related to any other kind of accident, any other kind of damages that could happen in the coastal areas. It's absolute pitch dark in this area, and this is full of human habitation. Let me tell you, this is a proper fishing hamlet. There are fishermen in this area. There are a lot of them. Not all of them were immediately removed. At least 4,000 is what the authorities claim, but probably people are still standing. Even as I'm talking, there are some people who are standing. Their belongings are there. We do not know. The assessment will happen only a day later. Remember when Thane happened on December 30th last year, when the cyclone actually struck, when the landfall actually happened, the impact wasn't known. But within a week, we saw the devastation. We saw the impact. We saw how so many houses were damaged, how diseases spread. The biggest challenge is going to be the control of diseases. Already, Chennai is reeling under dengue. So we'll have to see how the health department is going to manage these issues now.